was discussing a good resource to locate Ivermectin. I've been looking to get my hands on some.
Well, there are some people that choose to go online to these pharmaceutical websites and they order the pills. And I don't know anything about those pills other than they are
Mm-hmm.
ivermectin, but I don't know what the fillers are in them.
Exactly.
So, what I promote is what I took that saved my life from the babesiosis that I had, and I take the paste form for horses. And it is 1.87%. And like I said, it's the purest form. And people go to Tractor Supply, they go to their local farm and pet, they go online to eBay or Amazon, Chewy's. There's a number of different places out there. As long as it's the form for a horse at 1.87%, then you would be fine. And I have the protocol. Basically, if you're healthy and you just want to try it, everybody starts out the same because there's such a broad spectrum of people out there that are either sick or they want to prevent getting sick. But either way, you have to get over the hump of the parasites.
Mm-hmm.
And that all depends on how long you stay on that twice a day in the beginning. And some people will stay on it they will take even more than what I have
Mm-hmm.
put out there that most people have results with. And then there are
Mm-hmm.
people that just go through it for a few days and they're like, heck, nothing happened. I'm fine. So they just go
Mm-hmm.
down to like regular palliative care. So,
Okay.
but as far as getting it for you guys, I would say just look in the farm and pet areas. You can go to hardware stores that have a farm and pet section. They should have it. Any one of the stores or websites that I mentioned, they will have it. And then just follow the plan that I had done that most people that come on to this chat have done. And it worked for them too.
Great. So just to clarify, because I was listening to what the other speakers were mentioning, they said they take it twice a day in the morning and in night.
Yep.
What's the dosage?
So that's the thing. There is no real dosage on this. The dosing would be different for everybody. If you went by, they have charts out there. And ivermectin is dosed by the pound. In my research with thousands of people that I've dealt with, everybody can do the same dose. And because all of the applicators have little notches, it looks like toothpaste in a syringe. Basically, the notches are all different sizes. So if I said, oh, just do one notch twice a day, one notch from one brand will be different from another notch from another brand. So what I say is it's all 1.87%. So if you just take the size of a pencil eraser twice a day, one in the morning and one at night.
Okay,
And
perfect.
yep, and then that will bring up, are you familiar with the herxing aspect of taking ivermectin?
No, I was wondering what exactly that meant when you
Okay.
were referring to that.
Okay. The herxing is the die-off of the parasites. So what happens is, my analogy is a jellyfish. If you touch a jellyfish, it stings you. It's not because it wanted to sting you. It's because it didn't want you touching it. It's a defense
Mm-hmm.
mechanism. So when you take the ivermectin, which is a live culture, it's a bacteria, it's a mold that grows in dirt and it grows on grass. So when you have a dog or a cat, it goes outside and eats grass, it throws up.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it was going for the ivermectin. And
Oh.
horses, dogs, and humans share 90% of our DNA. So many of the people on this chat, 96% of all human illness is caused by parasites. So when you go to take this, the bad name that ivermectin is getting is people don't know about it before they just go to the store, buy it, and take it. And they get sweaty or they'll get achy or their eyesight will get messed up a little bit, get like bright with spots, which all passes. But they think, oh my God, I just poisoned myself because I took a horse warmer. And they go to the emergency room and the people in the hospitals don't know any better either. So that herxing is the die-off of the parasites. When you take it, the mold that is ivermectin goes through your system and it kills the parasites. And they emit a toxin in your system that makes you feel like flu-like symptoms or achy or tired. There's a lot of different things that can go with taking it, but they don't last. It's just the beginning stages. Once the parasites are dead, then you begin the healing process. And as far as overdosing or mistaking ivermectin, you can't. It's just basic science. It's basic biology. It's about as easy as it gets. And in fact, it is the easiest thing to get. You have a better chance of overdosing on mushrooms in the grocery store in the produce section than you do of overdosing on ivermectin.
Well, those are some great odds. I've gathered a wealth of knowledge from just the short exchange we've had, so I'm really grateful for what you've shared with me, and I will definitely be acquiring some of this immediately. Thank
Yeah,
you.
check it out. If we've got a lot of new people, I should probably go back and tell some of my story. The reason why I know so much about this is because a dozen years ago, I had gotten fall down dizzy. And through a lot of different testing and everything, I wound up with a port in my heart for 4 years and 10 months. I had congestive heart failure. My lungs were filling up with fluid and my internal organs were failing. And come to find out, I had been bitten by a tick. I had a disease called Babesiosis, which falls under the umbrella term of Lyme disease. So 4 years and 10 months of 120 pills a day with a 4-hour IV drip and visiting nurses and them telling me I was going to die. A friend of mine's daughter did a study on ivermectin, and I grew up on a farm. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a guy that, this is dirt road discussions. I'm a guy that I live on a dirt road. I drive a 30-year-old truck, and I'm just a guy that figured it out because all it is just nature. It's biology. There's no big pharma science in this at all. I started taking ivermectin, and within 5 months had reversed everything that was wrong with me. I had the nurse take the port out of my heart in my living room, and I said, see you later. I quit all 120 pills, and I quit the IV, and I've been on nothing but ivermectin now for 4 years and 11 months.
Wow.
So that's how I know what I'm talking about. So when the other woman was just on and she was saying, oh, blood in the stool, it doesn't happen. Because my story goes back to my first referral was my friend's 11-year-old daughter with rheumatoid arthritis, which is a bloodborne bacteria, and it killed the rheumatoid arthritis. She's now almost 14, and she's running around like crazy with no more prescription medication and doesn't hardly go to the doctor, except it's her mother that makes her go just for a checkup. But her numbers are perfect.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Psoriasis, diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure, you name it, lady. It wipes it all out. Like I say, 96% of all human illness is caused by parasites. We're mammals, plain and simple. If you worm a dog and you worm a horse, you worm a cat, why wouldn't you worm us? Just because we wear shoes and drive a car and live inside a house doesn't make us any less of a mammal.
It's a fair point. Yes.
It's the most real science you're ever going to hear. It's complete nature. So most people would say, well, I haven't been bitten by a tick. No, but you might eat undercooked red meat. You might eat sushi, or you might eat raw shellfish. And those are direct parasites into our systems. And our systems get compromised because we have a lot of preservatives in the food that they give us, which makes the inside of us swampy. Like the sugars and all the stuff that's in all the food that we eat. It makes a perfect environment, like a petri dish, for those parasites to thrive. And in turn, they start to take their toll on the inside of us. Well, the ivermectin wipes out those parasites. And I always tell people to drink lemon juice with their water to bring up your acidity level a little bit. And it goes through and it cleans you up. And it's like, finding a wet spot in the yard in the grass and letting the sun shine on it. And next thing you know, you don't get parasites anymore and your inside begins to heal, just like when you cut your finger. You heal. The human body is amazing, its ability to heal. So just a little bit of what's going on here in this chat. And there's a lot of testimonies, real people had real issues, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, some people with MS, some people's children with autism, some people with Parkinson's and dementia.
This is amazing. I never expected to find out this medication had such amazing healing properties further than just preventing COVID infection and reversing it. This is pretty wild to me because a lot of my family members that are older have a lot of the issues you're mentioning.
Yep.
I'm curious. I haven't gotten the injection.
Yeah.
But my mother, my grandmother, and my uncle, who I'm most of all concerned about of the 3 of my elderly family members, have gotten the injection. And I'm wondering if I can still help administer this to them.
Yes.
I just wanted to be sure because I know with a lot of the lack of information the pharmaceutical manufacturers are providing, there's a lot of confusion, but I just wanted to be sure because hopefully it can kind of help with some of the issues they're going through too.
I can tell you 100% it's going to work. The spike proteins will be broken down by it, and the lemon juice, it's going to be a life change. They're going to have to get on it. But what you need to keep in mind is no matter what, if you come to me with fibromyalgia, or you say rheumatoid arthritis or MS or Parkinson's, dementia, a multitude of all of these things wrong with us. People will come on and they'll say, hey, I'm healthy. I just want to stop taking it for COVID purposes. You still have parasites in you, so you're still going to go through that herxing in one way, shape, or form.
Definitely.
So you will get the preventative aspect afterwards, but you're going to have to go through that in the beginning.
I see. Okay. The next hurdle I'm at is dispelling a lot of the misinformation that MSM is sharing, but that's my responsibility. I'm just grateful for what you've shared today, Danny. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome and good luck. Please come back and let me know how you're making out.
Thanks again so much. Have a great evening.
Excellent. You too. Thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye.